Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the AZ Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for coming back, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now, in this video, it's going to be a live edition of our post-game coverage for the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. And if you have not seen my latest reaction video, my goodness, this game had me basically biting off all my fingernails. It got down to the point where I was just nervous. I was really scared that we might lose. And then Byron Murphy comes clutch and pretty much just bats that ball down, and everything is history at that point. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a really good show, guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in to the AZ Sports Fan, where we basically talk everything Arizona Cardinals. We do pre-games, we do reactions to post-games, lives, and just basically news that follows along. We're in a very awesome, small, tight-knit community. So if you're new, welcome. Thank you so very much for popping by. But we are going to go ahead and talk nothing more than the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49er game, because bottom line, this game was a game to watch. Now, if you guys don't follow me on FTFN, everybody kept saying that the matchup of the week is going to be Tampa Bay versus the Saints. I automatically told them, no, scratch that. You guys really got to pay attention to the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49er game. A, it's a division game. And B, last year when we were in our flux of winning only 5 games, we actually held our own against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, one of the big reasons I honestly do feel that we beat the San Francisco 49ers, A, that we just pretty much everything went our way. And then they also didn't have their wide receiver core pretty much out there. Now, who would have known if that would have helped them or not? That would have, had them win. Who knows? I mean, bottom line is we did get the dub, and I am so excited to, talk with you guys, what your guys' feelings is. And that's what we're going to go ahead and do today. So we'll be reading a lot of comments. We'll be a lot of interacting with each other and just overall having a very good time. Let's do some due diligence here real quick. Can everybody hear me? If you can, put some fist bumps in the chat below. That's usually how we run this show. A lot of fist bumps are going on. So put it in the chat below if you can hear me. And for the fellow mods out there, the moderators, you guys do have the power to block people if there's spamming, if there's people that are being unruly in the chat. You have everything and all my permissions to go ahead and block them. I give you my permission to do that. I do understand once it comes down to the point where, we're talking Arizona Cardinals wins, there's a lot of people coming into the chat and they want to, kind of put their 2 cents into things. So just keep that in mind. You guys do have the ability to block people, to put them on timeout and all that different stuff. So use that power wisely. It is amazing. So let's go ahead and move right on along and talk nothing about the Arizona Cardinals. 24-20, amazing game. An amazing game from maybe the second quarter. I could honestly say maybe the first quarter was a little bit too I don't know. I felt like Cliff Kingsbury was just doing too much. Now, if you can definitely go ahead and tell me Cliff Kingsbury was just doing too much. He was doing too much of cutesy type plays. All we needed to do was move the ball down the field, and it was really not happening at all. We were doing a lot of screens, a lot of short passes, a lot of stuff like that. And we didn't actually even get a running game going until the second quarter. Now, that's completely insane to me. I felt like the key to winning this game is getting Kenyon Drake going. Now, I don't think Kenyon Drake's stats for this game was like big or, humongous or anything like that. But he did do enough to make us get this dub, guys. So let's go ahead and take it to the comments here. Let me know what you guys think is the biggest key to success, and we'll talk about stats and all that different stuff. A lot of key players coming along for the Arizona Cardinals here shortly, but let me know what you guys think. This is my opportunity to shout you guys out, the real MVPs of this channel here. I do this for you guys. It's a therapy session, so let's go ahead and get with it. We're going to go ahead and take it to the comments. We have Jordan P. Awesome dude. He says Jordan Phillips, Devondre Campbell, Angelo Blackson, and Zach Allen played amazing. I put a video about Angelo Blackson, and my goodness, to see it translate from the video that I posted. Now, granted, when we get new players, what I do is I kind of like to do my due diligence, and I like to see highlights of like the player himself. But I didn't really see a lot of highlights from Angelo Blackson. So it was weird to me. The only highlight I seen was that he did like 2 block punts no, I'm sorry, 2 blocked field goals like in one game, which was actually pretty amazing on its own. But he came in clutch today. He came in extremely clutch. He had 1 sack, and he also did do another playmaking ability. I think he just pretty much tackled a running back for a loss. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know he showed up again on another play. But it was amazing to see that he actually did get a sack. So amazing for him. I do love Devondre Campbell. I think he played in greatly. I think one main reason that we lost a lot last year because the whole tight end situation is that we had a lot of hard times with people kind of going in like, those stretch plays or the plays where everybody's kind of crisscrossing each other. And I think Devondre Campbell really did a really good job being into this first year of the Vance Joseph system where he didn't bait too much into it. He knew who to follow. He just basically a veteran player within the middle linebacking spot, and he did such an amazing job. So kudos to him. Kudos to Zach Allen, who did have 1 sack, which was an amazing sack. I can definitely say that myself. And Jordan Phillips did also cause some mischief as well, but he didn't really show up in the stat line, but he definitely did have some interruptions. So super excited about that. Let's go ahead and take it to the comments here. We have Jazz Bustos. What's up, my dude? He says, Byron Murphy is taking that next step into the second year. He looks sharp out there. I love that, man. Honestly, I can probably give you this right here. Byron Murphy is coming out clutch, and that bat down to seal this game 24-20 is just amazing. I cannot explain to you enough how excited I am for Byron Murphy to develop into maybe like a second cornerback. Now, there was a story out there saying that Patrick Peterson, if you guys haven't heard it yet already, I'll break it to you real quick here. There was rumors out there that Patrick Peterson and the Arizona Cardinals are not going to negotiate. Like, as of right now, there's no negotiating in plan for a contract to come. Now, automatically, I started panicking, like, oh man, that sucks. Like, is Patrick Peterson not want to sign with the Arizona Cardinals? I think what's happening, and here's just my 2 cents on this whole idea. I think the Cardinals want to see exactly if he comes back to form and exactly what he can do. And then maybe somewhere down the line, maybe in the middle of the season or maybe towards the end of the season, if we can talk about contract extension at that point. But if they don't, then we know where the Arizona Cardinals land at that point, that they just probably overall do not want to sign him again. But we're going to leave that for a different topic in another time. Right now, we're so new into the season that I'm not even going to go ahead and humor that at this moment. Cardinal Sin in the House's defense finally able to slow the tight ends. Absolutely. I think that once Budda Baker put a smackdown, not a smackdown, but he did take the legs out from Kittle once he was going high point for that ball, and he took the legs out under him. Once Kittle fell and they put it in slow motion, every time they put it on slow motion, my goodness, I cringe. The way that he landed on his leg was like, oh man, it's so bad. But it seemed like after that play, Kittle was in the games, but it doesn't seem like he was in the games, you know what I mean? Like the playmaking ability of Kittle. So I think that kind of did hurt him. But he was still out there. He was a champ. He was still available to play, but I just don't think those playmaking abilities that he was able to do it because of what happened. I don't think he's going to sit out for a week or something like that. Obviously, if he's able to play the rest of the game, I think he's going to be good for the next week, but we'll see what happens for future times to come. Now, we did have some notable people getting hurt. I definitely want to go ahead and mention Mason Cole. I don't really know the extent of what happened to Mason Cole. It seemed like he went down and he went into that tent. Usually something big must have happened, but he didn't come in. So shout out to Lamont Gilliard, who came in and clutch and just had a really, really good game. Now, also, I saw DJ Humphries go down a little bit. I don't know if it was like the whole game, but Justin Murray came in and he did pretty decent as well. So really good stuff, man. I'm really excited to see these depth players coming in and really holding down this offensive line. Now, that's one thing I do want to bring up again. That defensive line for the San Francisco 49ers is scary. Let me tell you this right now. The defensive line for the San Francisco 49ers is scary. Now, Kyler Murray was running for his life a lot, but there was a lot of holes that Kyler Murray exposed that defense for. Kyler Murray's stats for, I think he had somewhere along the lines of like 230 like receiving yards. He had over 100 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, throwing and 1 interception and also 1 rushing touchdown. Now, let me give a big shout out to Kyler Murray getting that 1 rushing yard. Man, he was moving like ultra speed. If you guys don't think so, this guy was like, shoot, 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 shoot. touchdown. It's crazy. And I love the way that he was holding that ball, kind of like showboating, like, dang, touchdown right here. Amazing. So that just kind of gives you the playmaking abilities that Kyler Murray can do. I do think that we still need to look into getting more, offensive linemen maybe in the future. I never really was one to say DJ Humphries is going to be the future. He always gets hurt. Last year he had a pretty good staying healthy last year, but the thing is that he's hurt again. I just hope it's nothing like that big. But we'll see what happens. I'll follow the story here I'll follow the story very closely and bring the news to you guys exactly like what I hear. So, awesome. Hank Hill came in clutch here. He says, what do you think of Streveler coming in for that one play? Bro, that was amazing. I'll tell you this right now. The moment I saw Streveler, I was like, Taysom Hill, what are they going to do? He's going to run that ball himself. I first saw him coming in a shotgun, and then they moved the play over, and he was coming out like right behind center. And, bro, he shoved his way in. He actually got a lot more than a yard. He got like 3 or 4 yards or something like that. This guy is a bulldozer, and I love the idea that Cliff Kingsbury had the faith in putting Chris Streveler in. Only one play, but that was one play that was probably so clutch because we ended up, converting that third down. Now, let me be the first to say, my goodness, DeAndre Hopkins, you are the best wide receiver in all of football. Now, am I being biased? Yes, I am, but I don't care. DeAndre Hopkins, you, my friend, are fantastic. This guy had, 151 yards receiving. Amazing. And just the way he maneuvers through the defense, he went through them like Swiss cheese. It was awesome. He definitely had a lot more production on the second half compared to the first half. It seems like kind of like their gelling wasn't there quite 100% yet, but he had a lot more catches then. And my goodness, he cut him up like Swiss cheese. It was awesome. I'm actually pretty bummed out that he did not get that touchdown, which I honestly felt like he deserved it. But I think he did come down at that one, which at that point, Kenyon Drake ended up taking the ball and scoring the touchdown. But give kudos, man. Kudos to where kudos is deserved. And that is DeAndre Hopkins being a beast of a man. And we have back to the Constitution #1 with a super sticker, $20 donation. Bro, thank you so very much. I appreciate all the donations. This is something that you guys can do if you guys want to have a comment pinned. You guys have so many comments coming through. It's really hard for me to read every single one of them. There's 80 of you, one of me here. So super chats are something that's going to highlight your comment and let me know that you did that. So I really do appreciate you. Back to the Constitution $20 super chat or super sticker. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so very much. So let's go ahead and take it to the comments here again. Let's see what other people have to say. We have Jacob saying, oh, wow. Okay, so Jacob here, he says, the block punt, bro, and also Fitzgerald looked like only one away to get the ball fast to stop the time. Yes. Oh, perfect. Absolutely. That's also another notable thing. Thank you so much, Jacob, for bringing that up. You got to give it to Fitzgerald. He stripped that ball away from DeAndre Hopkins. He was like, bro, we need to get up right now. Let's spike this ball. And what we need to do is we need to go ahead and go for this field goal. And bam, Zane Gonzalez gets a 56-yard field goal, which is kind of weird to me that he missed 2 shorter field goals kind of going to the opposite side, but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about him just a little later on in the show, but amazing leadership from Larry Fitzgerald. It just gives you that Hall of Fame type wide receiver, that mentality of he always knows what's going on in the field. So kudos to him, my friend. Kudos to him. Now, we do also have another comment here that I wanted to go ahead and bring up. It says, it's from JC Productions, says DeAndre is a monster. Now, if you do not have DeAndre Hopkins in your fantasy football league, he easily gave me I think I'm in PPR, and he gave me over 28 to 27 points. So kudos to DeAndre Hopkins and just being a awesome player, man. It's just, I want to shed a tear right now because DeAndre Hopkins is in our team and arguably the best wide receiver in all of football. And, oh, man, thank you so much, Steve Kine, for doing this. I know I gave you flack last year because I was upset about the team, but I forget, just forgive me now. But thank you so much for getting DeAndre Hopkins. But let's talk about DeAndre Hopkins here just a little bit, guys. I want to go ahead and bring up one notable thing. And I think it's really important to say that how amazing our offense looks like once we have a #1 wide receiver. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say this. We have Fitzgerald. We have Christian Kirk. Fitzgerald is 36. He's awesome. He's great. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a veteran. he doesn't have that same skill set that DeAndre Hopkins. Now, obviously, DeAndre Hopkins is younger. He still has that shiftiness to him. And Christian Kirk is never there. Like, I don't know. I feel like he kind of like fell off the wayside and we just never heard anything. Now, he did have a really clutch pass interference call. Now, I don't know if it was pass interference. That's not really me to decide, but I'm glad it actually went our way. But he did actually run a streak up the field, and he got contact, and they ended up calling a PI on the defense. So great job, I guess, for that. But I want to see Christian Kirk more involved. There was a play action pass that Kyler Murray did give to Christian Kirk, and it seemed like he was just in the reach of that ball, but ended up like passing him. But I know, like, deep in my heart, if it was DeAndre Hopkins, like, he probably would die for that ball. But that's the kind of stuff that I want to see from Christian Kirk. I want to see that next level type of wide receiver. Now, we had an opportunity with he was actually lined up opposite side of Richard Sherman for the most part that I've noticed throughout the game. And being that he's should be faster than Richard Sherman, he really didn't get a lot of separation, and that's kind of concerning to me specifically. Now, as of right now, obviously, because we won the game, it's gonna put us in a completely different mindset. We're happy, we're excited, we have the jitterbugs, we have the butterflies in our stomach, and we're super excited to talk Arizona Cardinals. Now, if we lost, then we can start complaining about Christian Kirk. But I do think it's something that should be notable, something that we should put a pin on the comment and say, Christian Kirk, we need you to come up. Hopkins can't do it alone. It seemed like he did mainly everything alone on the second half of the game, as well as Kenyon Drake had some really clutch runs as well. So kudos to that. But other than that, man, I'm just super excited that DeAndre Hopkins is on our team. You got to give it to the GM. We have a number one wide receiver, and you can tell this guy is a different breed. He's a different monster. And man, I don't know what else, man. I don't know what else to say other than that. Jordan P back in the house saying Lamont Gillard played amazing. Man, he came in right for Cole and dominated the line. Absolutely. I agree with you 110% there, my friend. He did a really good, awesome clutch. He kind of came in there like, I'm cool. Like, I'm fine. Like, hey, I've done this before. Got in center and basically started hiking that ball. It doesn't seem like he had a sweat on his body. He was just calm, cool, and collected. I love that about Lamont Gillard. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, guys, something really amazing is happening right now. And I don't know if you guys can see, but we're at 98 viewers right now in this chat right now. So give your guys self a big shout out to you guys. I know you guys are really diehard Arizona Cardinal fans. Thank you so much for joining me and talking about the Cardinals. We're all like trying to bask in the glory of this Cardinal win, and it could not come in a better time. A time where, this whole crazy situation that's happening, and this city thrives on the Arizona Cardinals, and we are football fanatics, and we want to see our team win, and that's exactly the win that we got. Now let's go ahead and take it to the comments here still. Let's see what else everybody has to say. We do have Hank Hill back in the house saying the fact that we won week 1 without proper training camp makes this win more special to me. There are rare times, but they pulled it off. Yeah, that's something that I definitely want to go ahead and let you guys know for sure. There's been a lot of times where you could tell, especially in that first quarter. That first quarter was really, really rough. Let me give you that right now. That first quarter was rough. I might make some comments in the beginning of the stream, but yeah, man, there was times where I was like, Cliff Kingsbury, what are you doing? Like, you did not give the ball at all to Kenyon Drake. Like, what is going on? Get that run game going. And it's just, I don't know what he was doing. Like, just maybe that's just his mindset at the beginning. But I mean, it is what it is. We ended up winning. So that's pretty much like all I can actually think of here at this point. So we got Aiden Healy all the way from Ireland. What's up, my dude? Thank you so much for staying up with us. He says, how much does it make having D-Hop there to put his hands up on third downs makes a difference today and just breeds confidence on the others around him? 100%. You hit that right on the head there, my friend. I don't think you could have said that any better. It's a big, big thing that we have finally a number one wide receiver that we can call our own. And DeAndre Hopkins, your 5-year extension is well worth. it's well worth it. That's all I can say. So if you guys all can do me one big favor, 105 of you people in this chat, you can drop a like on this video. That would mean the world to me. It would mean the world to the channel. It'll just help us grow and get to that next level. So if you guys can do me that real big favor, that would really appreciate that. But I can definitely tell you right there, Aiden, you're 100% right there, my friend. We got Kyle Jones in the house. Says, where does Kylo go from this? That's a good question, and kind of like an open-ended question. I like that question. That's a really good one. I can only hope that Kyler Murray can do some really good things against let me get this right, the Washington football team next week. Now, granted, the Washington football team does actually have a really good defensive line too, so keep that in mind. But I don't think they're as dominant. They're not as like piercing as the San Francisco 49ers. They were a great, tough matchup to start off in week one. And it gave a lot of national people, finally, that little bell went off, that little light bulb that these national people that know everything at all, that, that we always go to our information to, the light bulb went off and they're like, maybe the Cardinals actually has something going on this year. Bro, we've been saying this from all off season. Steve Keim has done an amazing offseason, and to say that we are not going to even like win this game is crazy. And utter out disrespect, if we even got like 3 out of the 5 people saying that we're going to win, that would be amazing. But honestly, we were getting a lot of doubters. We were getting a lot of San Francisco 49er fans on our chat and basically just coming up and basically saying we're going to smack you. There's nothing if, ands, or buts about it. Our wide receiving core is down, but we're still going to beat you. But honestly, what we saw today, we saw in a collaboration of the special teams doing great things. You got to give it to that special team play where he came in. It seemed like they did like a cross move and he came in and blocked that punt. That was the start of something beautiful. When I saw that, I was like, this is the moment. This is the moment for the Arizona Cardinals to take advantage. And what happened after that? Kyler Murray ended up doing a touchdown pass to Chase Edmonds, and it was amazing. It was amazing. So super exciting thing. It was just a step in the right direction. And so there was that. There was also our defense coming in clutch. You got to give it to Vance Joseph. If you're still a Vance Joseph hater, that's really in your opinion. But I think that he's done enough, at least for this game, being that the San Francisco 49ers, what kind of team they are. He did a really good thing in keeping us in the game, because there was a lot of moments when me as a Cardinal fan sitting in front of my television, I watch the television like this. Like I'm actually standing up because I'm just so excited. So it took me to say, like, what is going on like with this offense? Like, thank you so much, Vance Joseph. You're keeping us in this game, but this offense is so bad right now. But I think we just fell victim. We fell victim to the no OTAs. We fell victim to the no preseason. We fell victim to the non-regular type stuff that we usually do for a regular season to come through. So just got to keep that in mind. There's nothing like else other than that. I think the connection from DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray is just going to get that much better. So stay tuned for that. It's going to get so much better, guys. And honestly, I can see the Arizona Cardinals. I don't want to jinx it. And that's the one thing. I'm not known, and I don't care about jinxing. I don't believe in jinxes, but I think that the Cardinals can definitely make a push for maybe second in the division, maybe a wild card spot. I think it's obvious. It's obvious now. The Cardinals came in clutch. He came in clutch with this win. And honestly, it's just that much better. We're going to take it to the comments here. We want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me just take a quick sip of this water here real quick, and let's take a look to see what we say. Oh, perfect. So we have somebody right here. Now, I apologize if I mispronounce your name. I believe it's Selvarus. It says, what do you think about the most important thing to improve? For me, it's minimizing the penalties. Great. Greetings from Germany. Awesome. All the way from Germany. Thank you so much for staying up and chilling with us. But yeah, I think the penalties is definitely something that we need to do. Isaiah Simmons was probably one of the downfalls of the game. Now, I don't want to give him a big flack. I'm not going to sit here and say Isaiah Simmons did this, he did that. He's got to get Isaiah Simmons is a rookie. This is his very first game in the NFL, but those 2 touchdowns that the San Francisco 49ers got were the fault of Isaiah Simmons. So keep that in mind, but I'm not going to sit here and say Isaiah Simmons cut him. It's dumb. Nobody's going to say that. So it's just a learning curve. It's something that we need to go through. It's a really important position. Let me tell you this right now, that weak inside linebacking spot that he's playing right now, it's a tough position. You're asked to cover tight ends, you're asked to maybe cover a third wide receiver. You're asked to run the ball all in a split second. So this is not something that, a rookie can come in and automatically master. Now, if he does, he's probably a different freak and a different nature. And it's not Isaiah Simmons, at least for this first game. He definitely made some plays. I like the play when he horse-colored Kittle down to the ground. That was something where I like the physicality to that play. Obviously, it gave us like a bad, 15-yard penalty, so that sucks for that part. But honestly, the physicality is there. He knows he wants it. He's got the passion to love football. So super excited about all that different stuff. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and keep going with the comments, guys. I really do appreciate you guys just spending some time and talking Arizona Cardinals. We got King J-Rock number 3 saying, I was just trolling on the 41ers page. That's hilarious. Yeah, honestly, I mean, you guys do what you got to do. Honestly, that's funny, though. All right, let's take a look here. Keep going to the comments here. It's a lot of you guys. I apologize. I'm not trying to ignore you or any sense of the imagination. So we got Tweak TP in the house saying, throughout the time, Isaiah will be better than he said. No OTAs, no preseason. He couldn't ball right off the bat without those and without the time. He'll do way better. Absolutely, man. The upside is there. You got to give it that. The upside is there. I don't want anybody to get upset about it, but think of it this way. If it took the 49ers to get their 2 touchdowns on the Arizona Cardinals from rookie mistakes, come on, like that's saying something, right? Like that was the only reason why they got their 2 touchdowns was because there was rookie mistakes that happened. At least the passing touchdowns anyways. I'm not saying anything else but that, but the passing touchdowns, they were all done because kind of silly rookie mistakes that happen. So if we clean that up, if Isaiah Simmons gets better, man, it's all golden from there. So just super exciting things, guys. Let's keep talking about the Arizona Cardinals. That's what we're here for. That's what you're here for. So let's read to the comments here. We have Lennon Wolf, the AZ sports fan, which is a MVP of this chat. He says 40 whiners. I think people just like saying that. Let's keep looking into the comments here. We have Frankie. You think the Cardinals making the playoffs? Honestly, I can definitely see a strong push for the Arizona Cardinals making the playoffs. Yeah, my bro. Yes, my bro, for sure. All right, we have, is it KO Smoke? Isaiah Simmons should be a safety, not a middle linebacker. Interesting. Okay. I know there's a lot of people wanting that for Isaiah Simmons. I don't know if it's going to happen. Obviously, I think they want him for that position. The safety spot currently right now, we have it locked down with Jalen, and we have obviously Buddha. Buddha came in clutch with a lot of plays, especially taking the legs off of Kittle. So he comes in clutch, and I do like Jalen out there. So I don't know. Let's stay Isaiah Simmons in the middle linebacking spot for now. Let's give him some more reps. He'll get better. Promise me. I think it will pay off wonders because this guy is speedy. He's fast. He can run down runners. He's good. Let's just give him a little bit more reps. He'll be fine. We got Winston Woods that Simmons got cooked. He did get cooked for sure. That angle route was no joke. Obviously, there was a blitz coming from the Arizona Cardinals. All they had to do was do that sweet angle route from Mostert, and he went in there like flying colors. And there was also that little flat pass to McKinnon. So that was super, super easy for them. And it was all just due to just silly rookie mistakes. So just keep that in mind. Don't take it too personal. He'll be fine. He'll make it. All right, let's take a look here. All right, we got our first 49. I'm not going to say 41. 49er says, I'm a 49er fan, and the Cardinals suck. Wow, man. Well, thank you so much for taking your time and being on this live stream, I guess. Appreciate you. Thank you, man. We also have he's saying again, go Niners. Perfect, man. We'll appreciate you. It was a good game. Yeah, that's all I got to say. All right. Tweak says, did you also see Chris Banjo come in for J-Lo when he got injured? That interception that he caught, but Jordan Hicks, PI, brought it back. Dude, honestly, man, thank you so much for bringing that up. I honestly forgot about that, but Chris Banjo made a clutch interception, and I wish it counted. I wish it counted, but unfortunately, Jordan Hicks did too much. He did a little. I don't even know if McKinnon would have caught in that ball. I mean, if he would have, then clutch. Kudos to you. But yeah, Banjo did a really, really good play. He put his two-toe tap, and it was going to be a really clutch, awesome interception, but it just didn't count because of that PI. So, I mean, it is what it is, but let's keep reading to the comments here. We have Jordan P in the house saying, talk about Vance. He was amazing today. Only reason they scored was because our players had miscommunications. 110% right there, my friend. So, yeah, think of it that way, man. You probably said that a lot beautifully, a lot more harmonic than I might have said it. So, 110%. think of it that way. Their 2 touchdowns, passing touchdowns, was all due to rookie mistakes and miscommunications with our defense. We clean that up, we'll be all right. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right, we have another, and I know I saw you last stream, and I apologize if I mispronounce it again. Akion says score should have been 30-20 if Zane didn't miss those 2 field goals. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Zane Gonzalez. I like that. Thank you so much for that. Let's segue into that, and let's talk a little Zane Gonzalez. Now, Zane Gonzalez had a really amazing 56-yard field goal. Now, it's crazy to me that he missed 2 field goals when they were shorter than what he did. I mean, I understand it's all just depending on the swing that you do on that specific moment. So he ended up missing a 49er and a 52-yard, 52-yard, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we got to be better than that. Now, I get it. Those are really long field goals. I couldn't do it. Most people couldn't do that type of even getting closer to the field goal. So kudos that we have a kicker that actually can make some plays, but definitely, start making some kicks and, practice a little bit more. So when you do come in clutch, we can start getting those 6 points that we needed. Cause you're right. We should have won 30-20, but I mean, in this world, I will still take 24-20. It's still amazing. Honestly, being that the Arizona Cardinals took it to the last minute, cardiac cards, man. Cardiac cards is back. And that's the type of football that I love to see. I love blowouts. Like, I know they happen, but honestly, there's nothing better than a game that goes down to the last minute. Either you're in the driver's seat or your defense is out there. Man, there's nothing better than that. And this game was one of those games that were just clutch. It was clutch from our defense, from Byron Murphy, doing some amazing things, batting that ball down. Now, a lot of people, I ended up going to the 49er YouTube page as well, because I am actually, acquaintances to those guys as well. They're really cool guys. I love to hear the other opinion, the other side, but they're giving a lot of flack to Jimmy Garoppolo. And I honestly do think rightfully so. Jimmy Garoppolo has missed a lot of throws that he probably could have done. He did seem like he had a lot of jitter feet back there, and he was really worried about that pass rush that was coming. Yeah, he was nervous. He knew Chandler Jones got him once. Zach Allen's got him once. Angelo Blackson got him once. So he was kind of back there playing with jitter feet, and honestly, rightfully so. If he cleans it up, he cleans it up. It's good for that team. But honestly, it only worked out to our favor. So good for us. Other than that, so we do have another 49er fan here. I like to highlight the 49er fans that are really actually nice and not coming in here just salty. So kudos to you. NorCal Faithful 77 said, GG guys, well played, but don't give me for once a fan of the opposite team gets it now. I think you're trash. I'm just ready to run it back. Okay. So I like the beginning of that comment because I was just reading the beginning, but I kind of turned into a salty type comment. So, I mean, it is what it is. If you think it's trash, I mean, it is what it is. We ended up winning. We were victorious. And yeah, I'm actually really excited about the second game as well. So make sure that you are glued to that because I'm ready for you guys. I am ready. And once the connection with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, we're just going to get that much better. Now, I do know that you guys did have a lot of wide receivers that weren't there. So I'll give you that. I'll definitely give you that. Deebo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk wasn't there. So definitely give you that. Oh, right. We have Brian saying, get Larry Legend that ring. Whatever it takes. Let's go, Red Sea. Love that, man. I think everybody wants that for Larry Fitzgerald. It's long overdue for Larry Fitzgerald to get a ring. Everybody knows it. Everybody feels it. The Arizona Cardinals breeds it. We want a statue for Larry Fitzgerald outside that stadium. So we'll see what happens, man. Honestly, we'll see exactly what happens when Larry Fitzgerald decides to, retire and hang up his career as a player for the NFL. I hope he can stay involved with the Cardinals, maybe like coaching staff, scout, kind of like Adrian Wilson does. Something like that would be really cool to kind of keep that ties with the Arizona Cardinals, because you got to be honest here. When you think of the Arizona Cardinals, you think Larry Fitzgerald, and honestly, it just makes me that much more excited. So we have Esther X's in the house. Let's take a look here. Hey, a win is a win. You don't get style points in the NFL. Absolutely. You're right there on the nose right there. Perfect. Beautifully said. I completely 100% agree with you. A win is a win. A lot of times referees seem to favor the other team. 49ers might say they favor the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, it is what it is. We ended up getting the win. We will see you guys again later on this year. So we'll go ahead and come up with there, but I can see a sweep. I can feel a sweep in my bones. Kyler Murray is just going to get that much better. The connection with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins is going to get that much better. Our offense is going to get that much better. Our defense will not have those crazy miscues. I'm ready. We'll be all right. We'll be good. Let's take a look to see what we have to say here. What else have people to say? All right, we got Lobster the Larry. With all the new pickups during the offseason, with this win, do you think we won the offseason and the trade? Yeah, 100%. I actually been saying that I felt like we won the offseason like during my videos, because I feel like we were the most improved team. Now, is there a little biasness to that? Absolutely. I think that there might be a little bit of bias in it because I'm an Arizona Cardinal fan, but we got to be honest here. I feel like our roster has turned over so much, but for the best. For the good part of the Arizona Cardinals. Getting DeAndre Hopkins is just that much better for our organization, for Kyler Murray and his development and being a star wide receiver. It's funny, man. It's crazy to see like all the comments that are coming in and like, I don't know. It's just like a different world because a lot of people don't believe in Kyler Murray. Like, not Cardinal fans. I'm talking about other people. And I'm seeing a lot of crazy things saying about Kyler Murray, about his height, about what he can't do, and their opinion about this, and that, because we only won 5 games last year. Guys, we won 5 games last year because we had a whole new coaching staff. Everything was new. Everything was brand spanking new. To ask a team to learn a playbook in one season is absolutely insane. So the second year of getting our coaching staff the same, and I think that's one of the big reasons why I wanted to keep Vance Joseph in there a bit. I know there's a lot of people that don't like Vance Joseph because they felt like he pretty much just failed us last year. But the way I look at it is if we keep the consistency going, we can build off the playbook that's already there, the verbiage, the relationships, everything is just the same. Once you slate everything differently, then it's a whole different ball game at that point. And honestly, I'm glad that we kept Vance Joseph. I think that he's showing up really well. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and take it with that. But these comments are coming in flying, guys. So we do have the option. I apologize if I missed your comment. We do have the option to super chat if you guys are interested in doing something like that. But you guys can also follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. On Instagram, sometimes I release the videos just before YouTube, or at least like the thumbnail, like the idea of like what the video is going to be. So make sure you follow me. The links are on that little scrolling thing down here. So make sure you follow me on all platforms on social media. That would be much appreciated. All right, we have Salvarez again saying maybe Bill O'Brien will trade J.J. Watt for a 3rd-round pick. Dang, wouldn't that be crazy? But honestly, thinking of the cap, nah, J.J. Watt's not needed. I know J.J. Watt is awesome. I love him as a player, as a human being. He's a great person. But to get him in our team, A, would be a cap nightmare. And B, it won't work. It just won't work at all. I feel happy and I feel confident with the interior pressure that we have right now with Jordan Phillips and Corey Peters. I saw Licky Fotu in there as well. He didn't really make a lot of plays, like actual notable plays, but I seen him in there. So yeah, kudos to, our defense just in general, just changing, man, just changing in general. Jordan P back in the house saying Chase Edmonds was amazing. So many great plays. I absolutely 100% agree with you right there. All right, let's take a look. Just keep reading the comments here. All right, first time I see Reddick play one of his best. Honestly, I think one of his best games. Sorry, I can't speak here. One of his best games were probably last year against the Seattle Seahawks. That game was amazing. I love the fact that he was like pressuring Russell a lot. So I do think that this was one of them. He had some plays that he missed, but I mean it's okay. It's the first game. But yeah, I think it was a really good game. But I think his best and my favorite game is probably last year's Seattle game in Seattle. We got Hank Hill in the house saying, I hope to see Eno for player 2. Eno. Every time I hear Eno, I always want to do that. I don't know why. But Eno Benjamin, he's going to be good for us, honestly. We might have to give him a year because we got Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake and we got Chase Edmonds. We can't take away reps from them. I feel like it would be like unfair. But I understand the 1 or 2 plays, like kind of like what we saw Chris Drevler. Because I feel like Eno Benjamin's just built a little different. He's definitely one of like a bull rusher kind of type of dude. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but I feel like he's just like puts his body out there. So yeah, I would love to see that maybe eventually down the road when we definitely need him and somebody needs a break. I would love to see Eno Benjamin. That would make me nothing more than happy to see our ASU hometown dude here playing up in the Arizona Cardinals. We have a Lagoon Road saying D-Hop for David Johnson. Best decision. I honestly 100% agree with you right there, my friend. I cannot disagree with you there. D-Hop was an amazing acquisition. And like I mentioned earlier in my stream, if you have DeAndre Hopkins in your fantasy lineup, he did wonders for you. I think he did 151 yards receiving, if I'm not mistaken. Amazing. And I honestly think he could have got that touchdown if they didn't review it. But other than that, amazing, amazing. Eddie Gonzalez says, do you think Isaiah Simmons will get Defensive Rookie of the Year? Let me see a couple more games first, and then I can answer that. I don't know. With what I saw now this game, I would say no, but I don't want to like give you a firm no right now. Let's give it into like maybe the middle of the season, or maybe like 5 games in, then we can go ahead and start talking about Isaiah Simmons possibly being Defensive Rookie of the Year. But I mean, as of right now, nah. He has a lot to work on, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. He's going to develop. Nobody panic. It was a great pickup from the Arizona Cardinals. So we have Truck, I believe it's pronounced. Cardinals defense was terrible. Might be a 49er fan, so I don't know exactly what they were seeing. But, yeah, I mean, if you're a 49er fan, welcome. Appreciate you taking the time to watch the stream and basking in the glory of the Arizona Cardinals win. Let's take a look here. Let's keep reading over here. We got Ryan Cody. The Niners torched us in the run game. It felt like Mostert was getting 7-8 yards per carry easily. Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with you. That's definitely something that we got to work on but Mostert's a different. He's good. Mostert is a really good running back. Now he was like, why he wasn't drafted and he was like picked as like an undrafted rookie. I don't know. I don't know. Mostert's awesome. He's a really good player, and he actually ended up getting paid. So, I mean, other than that, yeah, that's all I could really say at that point. So, kudos to Mostert. He did really good things, and honestly, I do feel like that's something that we do need to fix and clean up as well. So, check this out. We have Cliff Kingsbury in the house. I honestly don't think it's the real Cliff Kingsbury, but he's saying, yo, I appreciate you, Cliff Kingsbury. Thank you so much for tuning in to the AZ Sports Fan. Let's say we get an interview for you one day. Probably won't happen, but it's okay. Thank you so much for showing up, my friend. Let's take a look here. We have Ben, is it Melby? Hopefully I said that right. He's got a Texans logo, and he says, D-Hop went off. Awesome. I love that, man. No, thank you for taking the time. I know you're a Texans fan. Hopefully we can do justified for DeAndre Hopkins. I know that was one of the biggest acquisitions that you guys didn't understand, being Texans fans. We pretty much got the steal. I mean, honestly, I think David Johnson did pretty decent for you guys. I hope you're still in the chat. I hope you're happy with David Johnson. I don't think he got a fair chance with the Cliff Kingsbury's offense, to be 100% honest with you. So if he works out for you guys, then perfect for you. I just do not think that Bill O'Brien saw a world where he can pay Deshaun Watson what he paid him and pay DeAndre Hopkins what he wants to get paid. DeAndre Hopkins needed to get moved to a team that has a quarterback on their rookie deal, and we ended up getting that option here at the Arizona Cardinals. So I appreciate you sending him over. We will take good care of him. He is a fantastic player. Oh, I love this question right here. We have Assad. I'm sorry. It says Bosa was quiet today. Can we take a time here, like give some crickets? I wish I had like cricket sound effects right now. Bosa was very quiet today. So who won out of that matchup? K1 or Bosa? What do you guys think? Kyler Murray, baby. Kyler Murray won that game. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the comments below. Do you think Kyler Murray won or Nick Bosa won this battle? That's a good one. I love that comment right there. Bosa was awfully quiet today. Yes, he was. We got Ben back in the house, and I love to kind of follow the comments here. It says, yeah, he did pretty good week 1. Yeah, man, I really do hope that he gets more touches. I think you kind of just fell behind like too soon. And it seemed like Deshaun Watson's only mindset was, let's get this ball going, let's throw the ball. But I felt like if the game was a little closer, then you could have seen a lot more David Johnson at that point. And I think he could do wonders for you guys, especially if Bill O'Brien knows how to use them. And if it's anything like Bruce Arians, you'll be all right. You definitely will be all right. All right, let's keep reading on the comments here. Mark Jackson, Bosa got 1 sack, but Kyler won the game. Absolutely. I think that's actually one of the most important things more than anything. I think K1 did win it. I think there was a moment too where Bosa tried to get him down too. He did like a quick sweep of his foot, and Kyler Murray just like kind of like not it hit him, but it wasn't enough to knock him down. So you got to give it to Kyler Murray. Awesome, kudos things to Kyler, and just good things, guys. Fantastic. So great thing, Mark. Thank you so much for showing up and being here. So we have Eddie Gonzalez saying Kittle was on lockdown in the second half. So I think the whole getting hurt thing from Budda Baker, which ended up tackling his legs and the way he landed, it definitely hurt him. Now, I don't know, there's still San Francisco 49er fans in here, but you guys can probably agree with me what I'm saying right now. I think that really did hurt his playing. He came back in. He was a trooper. He was awesome. Good for him. But just the playmaking ability wasn't there. I think it still was hurting throughout the rest of the game, but he needed to be out there. Kittle was a distraction. Even if he's not making plays, he's a distraction. And I think that's one thing that Kyle Shanahan knew. And that's why they had him out there. Oh, we have here, that's why Budda got paid. Absolutely. That's why Budda got paid. Love that. We got Michael Reyes in the house. I love that. Is that Goku? That's cool, man. It says Kenyon Drake was good for us today. I think Kenyon Drake can definitely have done better, but I think Kenyon Drake showed up when we absolutely 100% needed him. So kudos to Kenyon Drake. Absolutely. We did pretty good wonder stuff. So yeah, super excited about it, man. We'll see what happens. All right, we got Jordan P saying, where was our guy Andy Isabella? That's a great question. That's a really good question. I don't know, man. I think he's falling victim until not having the wide receivers, man. We have the wide receivers that we need already. We have D-Hop, we have Fitz, we have Christian Kirk that's always going to be there. The only reason why Andy Isabella would be on the field is if we have that empty set in the back, but it doesn't seem like we're playing it a lot. Because it seemed like Dan Arnold actually made some pretty clutch catches as well. He didn't have like a huge, ginormous game, but Dan Arnold did some pretty good stuff. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, Andy Isabella was nowhere to be seen. And I honestly, I hope we can somehow get Andy Isabella going, because it's just a different breed. It's a different type of weapon that we can use. And I don't know if Cliff Kingsbury is 100% maybe using it to the best of his ability, or we just didn't have the time for Kyler Murray to make that throw down the field. That can also be, because you got to keep in mind that Kyler Murray was under pressure a lot. So keep that in mind as well. We got Brandon Cobos in the house saying, now my life was meaning football's back, baby. I know you didn't say baby, but I'm going to say it because honestly, whenever I hear football is back, that's all I want to say. Football's back, baby. Let's go. And I always have this Bruce Arians voice in my head. I know I sound nothing like Bruce Arians, but yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm actually happy that Bruce Arians lost too. The Saints. Yeah, thank you, Saints. Tom Brady ended up losing. Welcome to the NFC, my friend. You had a lot easier ride at the AFC, because honestly, the competition there is nothing compared to the NFC. Good luck. I think the Bucs can do some damage, but I don't think you're gonna get past the Saints. No. It's not going to happen. Let's keep reading into the comments here. I love all this communication. Now, like I said before, I apologize if I missed your comment, but there's 134 people in here. If I could take a shot, I would love to do that right now. I just don't have any stuff here to do that with right now, but yeah, 134 people in here. Crazy. Insane. Mark Jackson says, back in the house, I love your comments, man. They're short, but they're sweet. That's weird. But yeah, I honestly do love your comments, man. NFC is the best. Honestly, I love saying NFC West is the NFC best. Honestly, that's probably one of the toughest divisions. And being that we're 1-0, 1-0 right now, it just makes it that much better, honestly. So keep commenting, Mark. Thank you so much for taking the time. I love your picture. I think is it rubbing Buddha? Is that what's going on? That's cool. Keep doing what you're doing there, my friend. All right, let's go ahead and keep taking it to the comments here. We have Eric in the house saying, what do you think the Cardinals have to do next week? And I followed you on Instagram. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate that. I think the Cardinals will have to – we'll talk about that. I'll release a video. So hopefully you subscribe to the Arizona Sport YouTube channel. I want to just go ahead and talk about the San Francisco 49er game. So I will dive into it. We'll have another live stream this Tuesday. We'll talk about a little bit about this game, a little bit about next game, but I will be having a preview and what I feel like we need to do to dominate that game and have the Arizona Cardinals go to 2-0. So we'll do that. So if you can do me a big favor, Eric, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button and put that little notification bell on, just so when I drop a video, it alerts you like, hey, the guy that you were talking to in a chat just released a video. Maybe just try check it out when you get a chance. So yeah, appreciate that. Let's go ahead and keep reading into the comments here. Let's see what else people have to say. Oh, I like this one. I love this. Yeah, absolutely. Play up tempo. I love that. I love that we had moments where we were just cruising, and other times where we're like, we gotta go. Like, this offense needs to go. We need to get into a rhythm. Let's get this going. I love the fact that we were doing both. And honestly, a lot of stuff that we were doing in the Arizona Cardinals game against the San Francisco 49ers, I honestly called it in our the interview I had with the San Francisco 49ers like interview that they were having, because they were trying to do like a behind the enemy lines and what they need to do for the Arizona Cardinals to lose. And I told them, honestly, I think that the playing in the tempo was going to be something that they're going to use, but they're also going to mix it in back and forth. So there you go. I gave them a nugget, but they didn't care. They didn't listen. Oh, we got Eddie Gonzalez. He says, "Bang bang, Niner gang was quiet today." Absolutely. Honestly, on my reaction video that I posted, I think I've gotten like 9 dislikes on the video, and I could honestly say, I think they were all 9. What was it? Bang bang, Niner gang people. I can honestly tell you this right now. They probably saw the reaction and they were like, "I don't like this guy. I hate him. He's terrible." Blah 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 blah. Dislike this video. I think that's exactly what happened, but it's okay. We're gonna blast in the glory. There's no shame in being happy for your team winning 1-0 against the former NFC West champs. There's no shame in that, guys. We got to be excited. We'll be excited, and honestly, this is a good time to do so. We got Daniel Barnett in the house saying, after a quick 10-0 start, the defense really picked it up. Absolutely. I think the 10-0. I think the Mostert angle route, sorry, took me a while to say it. The Mostert angle route was probably a give me play for them. It was definitely something that Isaiah Simmons should have not bit too much into the outside. He should have stayed in the inside. He really did think it was going to be a flat, not an angle route. But that was just kind of like a rookie mistake that he ended up doing. So honestly, I think it should have just been like 3-0, honestly. But honestly, it is what it is. We ended up winning, so I think that doesn't matter. We got Jordan P back in the house. Love your comments too, my friend. Says, Kelvin Beachum, shut it down. D Ford. Yeah, man. Kelvin Beachum did some really good damage, man. I'm really excited to see what exactly he says. We have Spamming 2K saying, you are salty, you lost, accept it. I think there might be more Niner fans in here that are probably talking gibberish. But, I mean, it is what it is. Like, if you guys would have won, let's be honest here, you guys would have done the same thing. So don't blame us here. Don't act like we're, like terrible people, like this never happened before. There was multiple comments on my video saying bang, bang, Niner gang. Don't know what that means, but that's what they were saying all the time. And I don't see it now. So I will see you second time we play you. And I am just that much more confident against the San Francisco 49ers. Last year we did good. Against you, and we were a 5-win team. So let's bring it on, my friend. Let's keep it going to the comments here. What we'll do is we'll have, I think we'll take it to the 7, like the hour mark. So we have about 7 to 8 minutes left on this live stream. It was beautiful. It was awesome talking to every single one of you guys. I know you guys are all diehard Arizona Cardinal fans. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you, like spending the hour just hanging out, talking to Arizona Cardinals and making sure that we get that 1-0 win. But we will definitely talk a lot more about the Washington football team for the next week's matchup and see what we got to do to beat them next week. So yeah, it's just super exciting, guys. Super exciting. So give me your best questions here. If I can see it, perfect. Thank you so much. Put it here right now. Give me your best questions if you want me to answer. If you just want to, have communication with everybody else, then you can do that as well. Now, one thing that you can do, and I'm sorry I keep spitting it, but super chats helps out my channel a lot. It donates, it helps me buy jerseys and all this memorabilia, all the stuff that I'm seeing right here. So if you guys do have that, you can also do that as well. So just keep that in mind. But give me your best questions right now in the comments below. We have about 6-7 minutes. We're going to go ahead and talk a little, still some Cardinals, and let's see what you guys have to say. Jordan P. I don't know why. I think the color of your emoji, like the green, I don't know, it just always draws my eye to it. I don't know why. Draker Patrick was very good. We didn't hear the name. That means he did a good job. Yeah, I think he definitely did a good job. He held his own. Honestly, I think Patrick Peterson did pretty decent as well. There was a play where he got bit by like a two-play move, and I think it was Kendrick Bourne. I'm not sure. I don't know their wide receivers. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. But there was a wide receiver that was pretty much open, and he had that touchdown. Now, split decision. Patrick Peterson. Should I go for his arms? Should I just jump up and have this sucker hit my head? This guy had a split decision, and he did a really good thing and saved a touchdown while just jumping up, and it pretty much just like bounced off his head. So I honestly do love Patrick Peterson. I hope he can stay with us, but we'll see what happens for the times to come. All right, we got Nancy in the house. Nancy Figueroa. I butchered that last name. I'm sorry. I couldn't roll my R's in that one. Hopkins was a beast. Yeah, man. Honestly, I think Hopkins was a beast as well. I have him in my fantasy football league, so he did wonders for me. I cannot. Yeah, I can't lie to you. All right, man. We got a lot of people on here, man. Oh, let's take a look to keep reading on these comments. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Man, these guys, I just can't get onto a comment because they keep flying by. Okay, so Ryan Cody, here we go. Let's do this one. Where do you think we will be in our power rankings this week? Honestly, I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to the power rankings, honestly. Like anything to do, and I don't want to like anything to do with like national people. I have it in the background. Let me just put it at that. Anything they say, I don't care. I don't even know where we're standing at right now, to be 100% honest with you. If we're in the 20s, if we're in the high teens, I don't care about any of that stuff. All I care is put your players in the best position to field, to play ball, get a win. All I care about. So a lot of times when I hear the coaching staff talks or Steve Keim talks, I listen. But I don't hang on there every word. Like, I'm not like, well, he said DeAndre Hopkins is doing really good, or Isaiah Simmons is looking good, and, this and that. I don't care. I've been a fan from the Cardinals for too long to know, don't trust what anybody says. Don't trust it. Let's see it on Sunday, and that's all I care about. So power rankings, I don't know. I don't even know where we're at right now, to be honest with you, but I'm pretty sure all these national people are going to be like, oh, my God, they just won San Francisco 49ers. Who would have known that? Us. But they probably would put us down somewhere. I don't know where we would even rank, though, to be honest with you. Oh, we got Michael Reyes in the house, says, Rise Up, Red Sea. Absolutely, my friend. Thank you so very much. Every single one of you has been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to talk to every single one of you. We'll be doing this every Sunday night. So if you know some people that are Cardinal fans and just love to talk Cardinals after each win, definitely make sure you let them know about the AZ Sports Fan YouTube channel. We're trying to hit 4,000, 5,000 subscribers and just kind of get to the top. The bigger subscribers that we get, the more we can go ahead and get some players on this channel where you're actually able to talk to them, not these media type people that only answer like cookie cutter questions, but we'll be able to have Kyler Murray, we'll be able to have Kingsbury, Larry Fitz, Chase Edmonds, and all that different stuff. That's what I want this channel to get to eventually at one point. Like, that's the dream, that's the goal. But what I got to do, unfortunately, is I got to get the numbers up. And that's what we're doing right now. We're grinding, man. We're grinding, and we're excited. We're happy about this this organization. And yeah, man, this just it's a pleasure. Let's keep reading the comments. We have probably about 2 or 3 more, like 3 or 4 more minutes. We'll go about 3 or 4 more minutes. We got Jacob here in the house saying, where was Isabella? We kind of pointed this a little bit earlier in the stream, just to kind of summary recap. I think we have our 3 wide receivers, Fitz, D-Hop, Christian Kirk. The only reason why we would use Andy Isabella is if we have like an empty set. But we just don't play that like very often. But also another reason would to like take the top off. But let's be honest here. That defense for the 49ers, they didn't let Kyler Murray sit back there very long. So I don't think that Andy Isabella was there for the main reason that he needed to get rid of that ball real fast. And Andy Isabella thrives in like taking the top off. So we'll kind of go off from that. James Rio in the house saying, what's your first impressions of Simmons? I mentioned this earlier in the stream as well. First impressions, let's give him more reps. He needs more reps. Yeah, he needs more reps. The 2 touchdowns that they got receiving were the fault of Isaiah Simmons, in my opinion. But not gonna knock him. He's a rookie. It's a very hard position to play. Straight out of college, it's a hard position to play. You can't come in and be like, oh, I'm gonna be dominant. It's a collegiate level. From NFL to the collegiate level is a different type of game. Let's keep reading here on the comments. We're almost going to end this stream here. So if you guys can do me one big favor, go ahead and put some fist bumps in the chat. As usually, I know a lot of you guys are new to the AZ Sports Fan YouTube channel as far as the streaming version of it. What we usually do is we end the stream by putting fist bumps because that's kind of how we say goodbye to each other. We're tight, close-knit type of family here. So if you guys can do me a big favor, put some fist bumps in the chat. We're going to go ahead and end the chat off here. So give you a schedule. If you haven't seen my reaction to the video, go ahead and watch it. Drop a like. If you can do me a big favor. Other than that, we'll be doing another stream this Tuesday talking about this game as well as the game for next week. We'll have a preview on Thursday, and we'll kind of go from there. We'll leave all the other days, sprinkle in with some stories. Maybe Kenyon Drake got hurt. Who knows? Just kind of stuff like that. What's going to happen with Patrick Peterson? Little stories like that. So guys, thank you so very much. Don't forget to hit the like button. Like my friend here, Highness, has to say, drop these little fist bumps in the chat. Don't forget to drop a like. It helps the channel grow tremendously. We're just going to get one step closer to get Kyler Murray on here on YouTube. It's my dream anyways, but we'll see what happens, guys. Thank you so very much for coming over. 1-0, baby. We are getting there. Rise up, Red Sea. That's all I got, guys. And I am out.